Hello? Hello! I think I'm going to sit down for this one. Everyone having a good time? Yeah. Who came to the After Dark panel last night? You have fun? Oh. Right then. Torchwood. Yanto. Dead. But alive. How's it going? I can't believe there's this many people here. I thought you'd all be in bed hungover. That's where I should be. Okay, should we start with some questions? No? Yes, lovely. Yes, The Adventures of Yanto Jones Back from the Grave is the series that I'm writing. It'll get made in my own head. Yep. That's a good idea for a show, right? I should pitch that, right? They're not going to bring Torchwood back. At least do Yanto Jones, Back from the Grave. The Adventures of. Yeah, that's going to be good fun. Okay, you've got 10 seconds more of flashing photography, otherwise I'm going to have a stroke. So, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go, that's it. It nearly turned back into After Dark again, so I've got to watch myself. Okay, any other questions from you lovely people? Come on. Just keep talking. Yes?
What was it like kissing John Barrowman?
Oh, get out. Get out! I answered that at the After Dark thing last night. I've taught him everything he knows. When we started off, he was a bit dodgy. By the end of season 3, he was a master. It was good, yes.
Favorite appropriate story?
There aren't any appropriate stories. Well, there are, but they're really boring. Favourite appropriate story? Yeah, I mean, knocking myself out on the barbell in Gareth Castle when we were shooting Countryside is one of my favourite stories. It was last night. We weren't filming the next day. We'd been there a week. We were celebrating, so we all had a little bit to drink. And I was holding court, talking to the rest of the cast in this castle called Gareth Castle, which was a hotel we were staying at. And they were sort of sat on the settees, on the sofas. And this was an old-fashioned pub within this castle that had an old-fashioned barbell for calling time, basically telling people to just finish their drinks and get out, yeah. And I was just walking backwards like this, holding court, thinking I was very special. Turned around and walked straight into the... It was that hard, I hit my head that hard, that people actually started drinking up, thinking, oh, it's time to go. Yeah, and I think I got a slight concussion and passed out on the sofa. I went back to the same castle to get married a couple of years later, and they'd actually moved the bell up. About 3 foot, because it was quite a nasty crack I had across my head, but yeah, they had to move the bell. That's an appropriate story, and they're not going to get any less boring than that. Next question, yes?
Did you ever take anything from the set?
An STD? No. Not the After Dark panel. I stole my watch, a couple of suits, the stock watch. What else? Yeah, that was it. Pretty much all the clothes and the stopwatch I still have. Yes, in my office. Office, I said, not orifice. Office. Not After Dark panel. Yes. Absolutely, yeah. I was saying last night, when you're working sort of 15, 16-hour days, it can get really tiring and really difficult to keep your energy up. But John is just a whirlwind of energy, I suppose, and he was the sort of the patriarch of the group, and he kept everyone's energy up, constantly making everyone laugh. So it made those long days a lot easier. You hear horror stories from some actors who do shows and none of the cast get on at all. They all eat lunch separately in their trailers, and they come on set, they work together, and then they disappear because they really don't like each other. We were really lucky on Torchwood in the sense that we all really got on. We forged a really close-knit family unit, and I miss those guys. Yes, sir. It was sci-fi and horror that got me into acting, really. I mean, my brother, bless him, used to feed me mugs of cider and make me watch Hammer horror movies when I was 5. And it did have some positive effect, in the sense that that's what I wanted to be Christopher Lee in Dracula. I wanted to be in The Nightmare on Elm Street. Those things really, those movies really inspired me to want to be an actor. And of course, Star Trek: The Next Generation was huge. I was a huge fan of Star Trek when I was younger. To the point where I had the VHS cassettes. I had every single episode on long play. I had each cassette numbered. I'd recorded them all off the telly, and I'd numbered all the videos. And I had a special book. It was like an exercise book from school. I'd write down all the numbers of where the episodes were, give them a star rating, how good they were, and then I covered it in like foil because it was Star Trek and make it look futuristic. I was a huge geek. Yeah. Yes.
What was your favorite Hammer horror movie, and which monster scared you the most when you were a kid? Dracula. It was the first one that really stayed with me. It was probably something to do with the cider that I was drinking at the time. But yeah, there's something really terrifying about it. Christopher Lee with those eyes, and when you first see him with the teeth in the original Dracula, the Hammer horror Dracula. Yeah, that really scared me. And the bit where he's trying to find Peter Cushing's trying to find the right coffin that the Dracula's in, and then there's a close up on Christopher Lee's face, and his eyes just open. I think, no, he's awake! Quick, get out of there, Peter! Yeah, that stayed with me for a long time. Yes, sir.
Other than sheer aesthetic appeal, what differences are there between British fandom and American fandom?
You guys really go all out on the cosplay. You really do. I mean, the British we have a go, but it's a little more half-hearted. Some British guys go for it, but you guys, you guys are winners. You own it. When you dress up, you own it. When my wife joins me, we have this game where we do our own little cosplay competition between us, and the keyword is winner. So if somebody walks past and their costume's really good, the costume doesn't even have to be that good, but if they're owning it, if they're in character, winner, winner, winner. And that's our little game. So yeah, that happens. There are a lot more winners in America. Sorry, British guys, but you need to step up your game. Next question. Yes.
Who's your favorite Star Trek character?
Oh, that's a tough one. I loved Data. Yeah, any of this the episodes centered around Data, they were my favourites. Yes.
How often do you get to see your fellow Torchwood cast members?
On the con circuit, really. I mean, sci-fi is one of those genres that people really invest. It's because it's real escapism, and the cons have taken me all over the world. And John Barrowman himself is really busy, but I'm lucky enough to do these conventions, not only to see firsthand the effect that the work that I've done has had on people, which is special, but I also get to bump into those guys now and again. We all keep in contact via phones and internet, but I only ever see them really during conventions. So yeah, I think Dragon Con was the last time a lot of us were together last year. Yeah. So thank you guys for making that possible. Next question. Yes.
What do you do in your time off, or your downtime? What do you do for fun?